Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers and subscribers, welcome to the Coach's Desk with your host, Kevin Minzy. And we have in studio today, National Chess Master, Mikhail Solomon. Mikhail Solomon, welcome to the Coach's Desk.
Good to be here. So how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Taking it one day at a time. Can't complain. Good to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's jump right into it, Mikhail Solomon. Could you introduce yourself to the viewers and subscribers?
All right, well, as you mentioned, I am Mikhail Solomon, National Chess Master. I'm also FIDE instructor, which means that I'm internationally certified to teach chess, locally and internationally. I am a coach. I have trained many youngsters, teaching them to move their first pawn, and coaching at the national level. I've coached a national program several times. I love chess. I love teaching it. I love developing students. I'm a dad. I'm a friend. I'm a pastor. There's so many things in one. I wear many hats.
Awesome there, Sir Solomon. All right. How did you get involved in chess?
Hey, that's a funny story. I started playing back in high school. I saw a bunch of quote-unquote guys who people call nerds, just playing around the game. Actually thought the game was only for nerds because there is, of course, a negative stereotype attached to the game of chess. But one day somebody called me and said, come and learn it, man. And then I started to play. And it was just astonishing how I fell in love with the game. I just kept playing and playing because I could feel my mind growing. I could feel my memory getting better. I could feel the rush of victory. Right, and then a teacher at Charlemont High School, Mr. Weir, he sat me down, saw that I had a little potential, and he started to train me. And then the love for chess just grew from there. And went on to college, and I took it up seriously at the University of the West Indies, and the rest is history.
Great. Now, Sir Solomon, why is it important for you to give back to chess as a coach?
Well, giving back is just a part of me, and it was also developed in me as I went along my journey. One such particular case is back then my coach, Jomo Peterson, who really sharpened my skills and brought me to mastery. What was very noticeable about him was his love for chess and love for giving back. And sometimes as a little boy, I journeyed to Kingston, there's nobody to stay with, and I would go by my coach's home. Of course, no income at the time. He would feed me. He would teach me free of charge. And I became a part of his family. His wife was just very kind to me as well. And so that grew with me, and I realized now that helping others is very important. So although I do this full time as a job, it's important to give back because out of his giving, I was able to form a career out of this. This is all I do. I teach chess, right? And because of him giving to me, I'm able now to give to many others. So similarly, my house has become a haven for youngsters who will come over just the same, and they will stay here, they will train. And I believe out of that culture, we have produced several masters. The love conquers all. And so giving back, develops not only you as an individual, but it develops the country.
Great. Now, you made mention of chess being for the nerds, or that's a stigma that has been attached to it. Is it for the affluent and the uptown folks? Could you elaborate on that?
Well, chess is for everyone. As I said, it's a good thing that I was able to cross that threshold and move beyond that way of thinking. Chess is for everyone. It's for the person who wants to challenge the mind. It's for the uptown, the downtown, and they're all over. Sadly, I don't know, sadly is probably the best word, but the affluents, those many persons from the upper echelon of society seem to gravitate to it because they know the value of it. Of course, there are many others who might not be wealthy, but they also have seen the value of it and have also made a sacrifice and subscribe to the sport. So it's not a matter of class or culture. It is based on those who sees the value, who knows the research, There are so many scientific evidence that shows that chess really helps the young mind and really develops several aptitudes that are critical for a child's development. But for those who know these benefits, they are the ones who normally make that investment and make that leap into such a rewarding experience. For those who don't know it, then unfortunately and regrettably, they do not oftentimes get on board at the right time. But as I said, once you know the benefit, then you're going to make the investment.
Let me interject here. You made mention that it is not really it is for everyone. However, how does a normal, I want to put it very mildly, a person who is not so financially stable, how does those persons actually get onto a chess program? Because from my understanding, it's a sport that costs a whole lot of money. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, such a person could have looked at my story. Number one, I did not come from a rich family. My parents had ambition. They loved me and they wanted me to be the best. I can remember vividly when my parents made the first investment of trying to send me abroad. And when I came back, they said, good job, son, but bear in mind, they're for you. And it's college time. We got to invest in education. We can't fund a chess program. And that was perfectly understandable. But I had the heart, I had the drive, and that's why I mentioned earlier about giving back. It's important that, you know, people find and link with people who can be good mentors, who can give back, because the sad part is that there are many persons who can't afford it, who will fall by the wayside. Some people call it luck, I call it favor. I was favored, I was blessed, you know, for somebody to help me and assist me along the way. And so you are right to an extent that yes, chess over time to bring to mastery can be, I guess, a little costly over time to put in all that investment. And I don't really call it cost, I call it an investment, because the rewards that you get from it is overwhelming. But it is sticking to it. I didn't have that funding, but I remember linking up with another lady called Claire Grant, and I would go to her and say, you assist me with study material. She gave me study materials and I trained. I worked very hard, and then, as I said, favor kicked in. I met somebody who could help me, and we just did the work. So yes, you're going to require a little favor and a little help if you don't have the resources to do it. But there's so many material out there people can access online, YouTube, on the internet, that many people can help themselves to a practical level. And then hopefully along the way some favor kicks in, and we can cross the threshold.
All right, fair enough. Now, what are some of the challenges that a player would face in wanting to develop their chess skills?
All right, one, we pass resources. That's one challenge. Usually to access the right resources, usually a challenge. And that's why when it comes to my students, I've invested in a lot of resources, hundreds of thousands of dollars in resources. And so I try to provide some amount of resources for my students who are unable to go out and purchase it. Two, find a good coach. There are a lot of good coaches here in Jamaica. There are not many who are probably able to bring you across that level that you need to take to mastery. For example, there are four also internationally certified coaches in Jamaica. Bear in mind, though, there are others that are not internationally certified but are very good coaches as well. But you will see what it takes to get to that certification. It's not even easy. But there are others who might not have reached that certification that are putting the work, putting the investing in developing themselves and improving. So find a good coach sometimes is very difficult. And also putting aside the time to train, because like any sport, it requires time. Football, cricket, tennis, badminton, doesn't matter what, you got to invest the time. And so there are many parents, even at the young age, who are more concerned about, passing the PEP, passing the back in the days, the GSAT, not knowing that investing in chess, you're actually investing in PEP, because PEP is now focusing on critical thinking. And if somebody can play chess and and develop at chess, then prep is going to be a breeze. I say that without any apologies, right? If you can be good at chess, you cannot fail prep. Impossible, right? And I say that, I put that out there to the ministry, I put that out there to any parent out there, because the thinking capabilities that are developed by playing chess, it will take your school life to another level. So it's just finding parents that believe in this craft and invest in, and you'll see translate into a good performance in prep.
Fantastic. You are a coach at St. Jago High School, and you have led them to 7 consecutive titles. Do you want to tell us the secret behind that?
Well, actually, it's 8 this year.
Oh, it's 8.
No problem. Over the last 10 years, St. Jago has won the title 9 out of the last 10 years. We 10 years ago we won it. We lost it the second year, and then 8 years consecutively after we have won it. It's a vision. It's a dream. Doesn't get this out of the way. I believe that I'm super blessed and favored, divinely favored. So I tell my colleagues that I'm hard to beat. Not because of only my skills, but I think I'm favored. But separate and apart from that, I think that it's a collaborative experience that we're engaged in at St. Jago that helps us. Let's talk about our team manager, Miss Claire Grant. She's a Wonder Woman. All she needs now is that rope and the ability to fly.
All right? She PVJ, right?
Right. Same person, right? Right. She's a Wonder Woman. She loves these kids so much, and she invests her own personal time, her own money, right? And she reaches out to other past students of the St. Jago cohort, and they have also assisted, because some of these kids on the team can't afford it. Remember, we talk about mentorship, right? Yeah. But we have people like Mrs. Grant and past students of the St. Jago High School who chips in financially. Sometimes these kids are at my house for days, right? And I thank God for my wife, because trust me, they tear on my house. They're there for days, breaking stuff and training, but yet she accommodates them. So it's a team effort. My wife, Miss Grant, the principal of St. Jago, right? She supports the program wholeheartedly, right? And because of that body of people who works together, and of course, I think they have a coach, right, who really kids as well and put in the work, because it does take work, right? Sometimes we're training for hours, days, back to back to get the job done. And so no one is an island. And I share this with other coaches out there, that it takes a village to really do it. It's nothing new. One man cannot do it. You could have a coach that's Gary Kasparov, but you won't be able to do it, right? Because you have to have that team, and not to mention the parents who make the sacrifice to get these kids out and training. And Mr. Solomon can be very stern. For lack of a better word, I have to bad them up and get the work done. So when I call this, I say, I need my work done by X time. And when they will go to their mommy and say, listen to me, mommy, coach is pressuring me. Mommy responsible to get the coach's work done. And that team effort that we use in the game at St. Jago has really translated into immense victory. I'm really hoping for 2 more years, at least consecutively. We already set history of having 8 years consecutively. Have never been done in the history of the country, right? The most has been done is 4 years, so we have doubled that. I'm hoping to get to 10, and then we can talk about retirement after that. I don't know what the future brings, but even if we don't get to the 10, I'm really happy that we got to 8 consecutively. Let's see if we can reach a 10 and see what happens from there.
All right, other chess coaches out there, remember, you heard it here on Coach's Desk. Mikhail Solomon, national master, is very hard to beat, and he's going for 10 consecutively. Who out there is going to take it from him? Let us see. All right, Sir Solomon, like any other sport and other events, it has been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. How has it affected chess? Because I heard you initially said that you played a tournament and you won 8 consecutively, recently. So tell us, how did that happen?
I would say it has affected chess, but it has had a positive effect on chess. Chess is now booming exponentially. We have shattered all ceilings. We have moved beyond all expectation. The world governing body of chess FIDE has even recently published their findings that in the last few months, millions of persons have competed in tournaments online. Let me repeat that. Millions, right, have competed online. Hundreds of thousands of tournaments have been successfully managed and executed over this pandemic. The unique nature of chess is that it can be played both online and face-to-face. And we're not talking about FIFA here that can be played with a game or using controllers. I'm talking about you literally playing another human being across the world. I have a good friend down in United Arab Emirates that we do our little thing many times online in the wee hours of the morning, late hours at night, because we are not confined by space when it comes to chess. And that is the unique nature of chess. Just recently we had a Caribbean championship where Trinidad and Tobago hosted, and our local boys big up to kids down in Trinidad, right? And clapping kids in Bahamas, Barbados, all over the Caribbean. And that is what makes chess the best. And you and I have had our talks over and over. You're a football and tracks man, and we have always been having our own debate of which our sport is better. But I am happy that Corona could have settled that score for us brilliantly. And Corona stopped everything else, but it did not stop chess. It actually caused chess to boom. And even just over the weekend, one of our top female players in Jamaica, woman international master Deborah Richards Porter, hosted the R&D chess showdown, which usually held in an auditorium. She managed to execute an amazing tournament online. Kids were in their homes, in their shorts, in their pajamas, and they could still compete in a safe environment that develops them at home. And so, yes, we are happy that chess is still growing. We have redefined the whole map of sport, and we are now taking the bull by the horn. Big up to our old president of the Jamaica Chess Federation, Mr. National Master Peter Myers, who is seeing the vision, and we're pushing it. We're getting it done. So yeah, we're in the lead now. So try to catch us.
All right. Just for clarification, viewers and subscribers, other sporting events were not stopped. They were paused. Incidentally, football has been happening. Moving on, Sir Solomon. You didn't get a chance to represent the country in your youth age. However, you have now been representing the country as a coach. Tell us about that experience.
All right. Well, I did represent my country once at a tournament in Miami as a little boy. I was whopped beyond my imagination. I was never, I don't know if I recovered well after those beats that I got. But as a little boy, I bounced back and I came back. But yes, I took the task to really develop myself as a coach, as I said, and the reward has been, great. I have been blessed to be the national coach on numerous occasions. I have been to countries like Chile and Panama, Martinique, Barbados, Trinidad. I've been to Colombia. I've been to Curacao. I've been to El Salvador. I have been to, there are so many countries that sometimes I can't remember. Been to the States. I've been to Trinidad, and I've seen great success. I have led several successful outings. We won the CSC games in Panama. No, we came third in Panama. We won it in Trinidad, I think 2015, right? We have won in Curacao in 2017. We have developed and produced several masters. Coming out of these tournaments, one Joshua Christie got his FIDE master title. There are several other youngsters who got their other candidate master title, woman candidate master title. And so I think we are blessed as a country. We have dominated many of these events. In fact, Jamaica is the only English-speaking Caribbean country to have won the CSC Games, which we won in Trinidad. and I was blessed to be the head coach of that outing. So we have done significantly well. We have won the character games 3 times. We have won it the most out of any other country in the Caribbean. The other rivals have won it only twice. And I was blessed to have been the coach of the most recent win in Curacao. And so, as I said, it is a team effort. We have other very good coaches who have supported the endeavors, and so we are blessed to have very good coaches in Jamaica and those who have worked very hard to get it done. So yes, I have represented at the highest level, and I'm really hopeful to see where we go from here. My aim now is to go even higher, to coach at higher events. Let's goals. We have years to come if the Lord should spare life. If that happens, I'm looking to go higher heights.
Fantastic, and congratulations on those great feats that you have achieved there. You are the national master. You are a feeder instructor. That's the international feeder instructor. You are a champion coach. You're a national representative or a national coach for chess. But we understand here that you're also a businessman and you have the Royal Chess Academy. Can you tell the viewers and subscribers about that?
All right, so the Royal Chess Academy was founded several years ago. I came back to St. Catherine after going to school in Kingston at the University of the West Indies. I usually worked with a good friend of mine, Mr. Jeff Byfield, and coming back to Lindsay, I decided to form my own club. I launched a Royal Chess Academy, and when I came back to Lindsay, many people didn't even know what was chess, right? There are many principals, when I approach them, they ask me, what is chess? And I had to correct them that it is not chess, it is chess. They didn't know the benefits of the game. I had to sell water to a fish, if you please, because nobody thought they needed it. But I stuck to it. I had to volunteer at one particular school, and just for them to introduce a program. And the program did so well that they started from there, and I went to one school, then I went to another school. I really had to big up to my parents because I had to be volunteering for the first probably 1 or 2 years, and they were supporting me financially during this period. I never gave up. So many people talk about not volunteering. They don't know what they're talking about. When you're trying to build something and when you know a vision of where you want to go, you got to give back. And so I volunteered, and it started to go from there. And then out of the blue, this country boy started to win championships. I am blessed to have won every single major junior title in the country. Very few coaches have achieved. I'm sure there are others who have done it, but I have won every single title in the country. I've won, as I said, national high school title 8 consecutive times. We have won the female national title 3 consecutive times. Never been done either, right? I've won every age group title from under 8 to under 18, and I've won the under 20 title. So we have won every major title. And this is through a program, Royal Chess Academy, where we find the kids very young in primary school, prep school. We try to develop them from there because we know that if you start chess late, it's going to take a time to develop, although it's possible, but it's very difficult. So we get them from there young to the Royal Chess Academy in the prep school, the primary school. We encourage them, and most of them, and I'm going to say the smart ones because all the others are smart, but those who really believe in the craft go to St. Jago. I'm not saying that the others who don't go to St. Jago don't believe in the craft, but I cannot speak for myself. But they come down to St. Jago in that program, and we continue the grooming from there. Most of them thereby getting their titles at high school. Because it does take a time. It takes about 2 to 3 years minimum to become a master. And it's on experience. The others might have done it. Based on my experience, it takes several years of consistent playing to become a master, or become to mastery, or even tournament playing level. So yes, our company has been blessed. We coach at several schools back in St. Catherine. I don't want to start calling names, I might miss them. Lorna Auto Prep, Yorktown Primary, Harrison's Prep, Jacob Prep. Oh Lord, I don't get myself in trouble. St. Catherine Primary, Trinity Prep, Middletown Prep. So there are a couple of schools in the area. I hope I don't left out anybody. Please forgive me. Breath of Life, Christian Academy, and the principals really have supported the program, and because of that, the sky's the limit. As I said, I have never coached a program where I've not gotten a champion team where I have not seen that teamwork. Every champion team that I've created, it has been a combination of the principals. St. Catherine Primary is the only school out of the city that has won the championship, of the prep school championship. The only school of the city, and yours truly is a coach. And again, the principal at St. Catherine Primary, Ms. Drisdale, has worked significantly to ensure that the program reaches where it has reached. So yes, it's a teamwork effort. So big up to all the principal who works along with Royal Chester Academy, and the sky is the limit, and we're going to take it to them comes the next school year.
Wonderful story there, National Master. Now, as a coach, myself, I know how sport can actually transform the lives of youngsters. And I want you to now tell the viewers and subscribers how chess has transformed some of the youngsters that you would have worked with.
All right, that's a brilliant question, because I believe not only sports can do it, but the mentorship system that surrounds sports. Because you will have seen success in your students also, Mr. Minzy, because I believe that you're an excellent mentor yourself. Because not just sports, because you can have criminals playing sports. But when you have a mentorship system set up that grooms these boys and girls and channel them through sports, then you have a winning edge. I have seen it in a mind-boggling way, where chess in particular, I know it happens in all other sports with a strong mentorship system.
Yes.
But I've seen it in chess where most of these kids that I told you, some of them, I have a youngster who's going on to college, daddy not working, mommy not working, and some of the times these kids come, they don't have lunch money. You got to make it happen. Some of them go to tournament and they can't pay the entry fee to get into the tournaments. You got to make it happen. And I've seen some of these kids now, they spend so much hours in chess. They don't have time to go get themselves involved in gangs and these foolishness. And also, because you have set a framework for mentorship and love, right? You treat them like your kids, right? You can pull them up when you see them going on a particular vein. And so, yes, I've seen many lives change. I've seen many kids who they're going on to universities. At St. Jig in particular, we tell the kids that you can't stop here. We push them on. Just this week, where I was helping some with their student loan application, helping them with their scholarship application, because we want to groom them. I tell them many times, we're not training you for chess, we're training you for life, right? And chess ends when you leave school, for many of you, but life goes on until you die. And so sports and mentorship work together can do wonders. And so we encourage all schools, institutions, parents to get your kids involved in chess, and not only chess, but a sport in a particular vein, and so that they can reach the limits. As I said, a village grows a child. So we need help from every angle.
Well said, Sir Solomon. Well said. But guess what? We're out of time. And it's indeed a privilege for us to have you here on the Coaches.
Thank you.
You shared your story, and I'm sure that this story will reach to a wider scope, that persons will understand that chess is indeed a viable sport as well. And it's not just only a sit-down, face-to-face game, can be played online. We learned a lot about the sport, and we trust that it will continue to grow in Jamaica. We trust that the coaches will be developed more so that they can train more top chess players in Jamaica. Any final words that you want to share with us, Sir Solomon?
Just big up to all those in the chess community. I'm branding my Jamaica Chess Federation shirt. I'm a member of the Jamaica Chess Federation as well. As I said, our president, Mr. Peter Myers, and to the JCF team who's working very hard to sell chess across the country, to all the coaches. As I said, no one is an island. And why we do well at chess is because we have excellent rivalry and positive rivalry in chess. When nationals are coming up, everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to have the championship. So we are driving, we're pushing. And so I am what I am today also because I have excellent coaches out there who are excellent competitors. And I want to beat them. They want to beat me. So the game is on, right? So big up to all those coaches, all the parents who support the program, especially from the Royal Chess Academy. Big up to you. Without you, this couldn't have happened. And to all the stakeholders out there, the government that supports us, the sponsors that supports us, and to all who plays their part in making chess what it is today. Big up, and the future is bright for chess, and we hope that you can come along with us. God bless you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Like I said earlier, we're out of time. Trust that you'll have a wonderful day and enjoy. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.